Windows.
We back. Hey, it's daytime. I'm doing a daytime video. I'm usually up all night doing videos and shit, but hey, today I'm doing the daytime video. Next video might not be a daytime video. It might be nighttime. My next video. I'm a night person. I don't like the daytime. But yeah, I wanted to make this video right quick before the Madden 27 and the college football 27 trailer comes out. He's already best player in the world by Jimmy High Roller. Hey, shout out to bro. Jimmy High Roller makes some banger analytical videos about basketball. You feel me? Doing his thing. High quality as fuck. But let's dive on in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell. A friendly little bell that keeps you notified with all my bangers, you feel me? And let's dive on in. Oh yeah. They've been frying this nigga on the internet.
LeBron James all the way up to number 2 on your all-time list? I have him at 9.
Look at me, I'm a Spurs fan. My team is perfectly run and well-respected. My franchise player's a 9'7" French alien with high emotional intelligence.
The NBA Finals are here, which means we've got some hot takes to look at today. Playoff edition. The good ones, the bad ones, and the downright atrocious.
Damn. Hey, they were doubting the Knicks. My God, they were doubting the Knicks heavily. Like, they weren't fucking with the Knicks. But the Knicks finally made it after how long? I think they said like 35 years or some shit. Like 35, 36 years or something like that. I think that's how long the Knicks been bad for. That's a long time to be terrible, bro. Basically like 2 generations of, or like 3 generations of being trash. That's tough. But hey, shout out to Knicks fans. They about to blow that shit up. RIP to the city of New York. Y'all niggas are about to tear y'all own city apart. I swear to God. I swear. Sometimes I wish, I was about to say I wish LA fans were that passionate, but that's only for baseball. They only passionate. They fuck up. They trash buses, like metro buses, fucking do fucking donuts through the intersections and shit, and a whole bunch of fireworks. That's all. With y'all niggas, y'all burn shit down. y'all niggas on the east side, on the East Coast, y'all niggas burn shit down. Or especially like New York. Would Chicago do that? I feel like Chicago would do that for a championship. They'll burn that shit down.
After 6 weeks of NBA playoff basketball, we are now down to just 2 teams. And while Knicks and Spurs fans get to enjoy the exhilarating experience of watching their team fight for an NBA title, the rest of us have been relegated to watch from the sidelines as we spew out hot takes about teams we couldn't beat. And today, we're going to take a look at some of these takes. Starting with this one that comes from a fan who asks, is Wemby...
To be honest, as a Lakers fan, I didn't think we was gonna make it that far. Not gonna lie, I didn't think we was gonna make it that far, low key. But I just knew Wemby was going to be in the finals one way or another. I just knew Wemby was going to make it to the finals regardless. That was all in my head. Like, Wemby's going to the finals. It's just who's gonna try to beat Wemby. I would have hoped the Pistons. I wanted the Pistons to make it far, bro. New York, Pistons, Cleveland. Cleveland was dookie. Cleveland was dookie. I swear to God. I don't know why they were there. I forgot who they beat. Who was in the playoffs? It was the Knicks, it was the Cavaliers, and it was Knicks, Cavaliers, Pistons, and I forgot the other team. Was it the Celtics? I think it was the Celtics. Maybe. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I was going to be Wemby, and I was hoping Pistons. You feel me? But Wemby and the Knicks, that's just as good. Or that's just as good.
The quickest someone has ever climbed to arguably number 1 in the league. Wemby's in year 3. Neither LeBron or MJ ascended to number 1 so quickly. And this is interesting because there's 2 parts to this take. The first part is that Wemby is arguably the best player in the world. And the second is that no one else has been the best player in the world by the end of their 3rd season. Both of those statements a bit subjective. I think it's definitely fair to say that
Wemby is God. Is godly. Nigga, Wemby is fucking monsters. That's terrifying. Like being 6'5" and that athletic. That is downright terrifying. And be having the skill to shoot like Curry, nigga. Yeah, he's going to be. He's not there yet. He's not in that conversation yet. You feel me? He still got some. How old is he? Like 21? 20? 21? He got time. That nigga got time. Just, we gotta wait this shit out. Actually, we don't even gotta wait for that long. Like, let's see when he's like 23, 24. When he turns 23, 24, he might be the greatest of all time. We just need just a little bit of time to pass. You feel me? Just a little bit. Just be patient. Be patient. Let's see how this goes, man. See how he dominates this shit. You feel me? That's my take on it. Just wait. He's good. He's the best player right now in the league, but like the greatest of all time, let's wait on that. There's more to just being the best player right like this year. It's just a prediction. You feel me? Is he going to be the greatest basketball player of all time? Like Wilt Chamberlain, fucking athleticism, but the notoriety of being the greatest of all time at the same time. You feel me?
Yama is arguably the best player in the world right now. If it's not him, then it's Jokic or Shea. And regardless of who you pick, there's no wrong answer. But the key word here is arguably. So has any other player in NBA history climbed to be arguably the best player in the league by year 3? And the answer is yeah.
LeBron
won a league MVP as a rookie. By the end of Kareem's 3rd season, he led the league in scoring twice, had 2 MVPs, a finals MVP, and was definitively the best player in the NBA. Larry Bird was the runner-up in MVP voting in his 2nd and 3rd seasons in the league and was arguably the best player in the league. And of course, there's Michael Jordan, who, despite not having the hardware as tangible proof, was generally regarded as one of, if not the best player in the world by the end of his 3rd season in '87. Now, looking into more recent NBA history, there's Shaquille O'Neal, who was arguably the best player in the league by '95, neck and neck with David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon. Although Shaq held the crown by 2000, in Tim Duncan's 3rd season, he was in conversations as the best player in the league after leading the Spurs to a championship in just his 2nd season. Another prodigy with an underrated early career is Kevin Durant, who was regarded as virtually the only player who could go toe-to-toe with the prime LeBron by his 3rd season in the league in 2010. He finished 2nd in MVP voting, and although he wasn't the best player in the world,
but like all time, he's not up there. He's like all time. That's the conversation here. You feel me? Is he the greatest all time? Will he that's what we need to wait on. You feel me? We trying to figure out now, just because he's in the finals and shit. But we gotta wait this out. We gotta see more accolades, more experience. You feel me? But he is the best player in the world, though. I might be tripping on the title. He's already the best player in the world. Yeah. He low-key is. He is the best player in the world right now. No one can stop that nigga. Like 1-on-1, 1-on-1, you're not stopping him at all.
He was next in line by his 3rd season. And then there's Derrick Rose, who wasn't regarded as the best player in the world by the end of year 3, but he did get an award, a small consolation prize for his efforts. And of course, there's year 3 LeBron, who ascended in the 2000s with a crowd of all-time greats. By the end of his third season, there wasn't a definitive best player in the world. Between Dirk, Kobe, Nash, Duncan, the conversation was pretty open for interpretation. But there's no denying he was certainly in it, finishing second in MVP voting in his third season in the league. The moral of this story being that throughout modern NBA history, even amongst the greatest players of all time, there probably hasn't been a single player that was the consensus #1 player in the world by the end of year 3. Wemby falls in the same category as LeBron and Shaq and Jordan and Bird, making a very strong case as arguably the best player in the league. I wouldn't say he's definitively the best player in the world, but I'd say being in the same sentence as those guys is a good consolation. Now, this next take comes from a fan who says you could replace Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 30 different players and the Thunder still win the title. And if this isn't evidence that SGA has the worst PR of any superstar of his era,
damn, niggas really hate this nigga. That's some hating ass shit. You could replace a SGA with 30 players and the Thunder would win a championship. No, not really. No, SGA. Damn, niggas really hate this nigga. Fuck. It's like the logic on that is like stupid as fuck. It like the hatred is so much hatred in this sentence that the logic is not existent. Duh, like SGA is the best player on the team. What? Like, he was the best player, like best MVP. That's why he was like top 3. Don't niggas understand this? Like, I know that nigga flopping and shit. You feel me? But he's like putting balls in baskets. He is a master of that. Whether it's unethical, that leaves you to decide. One thing or another, he's going to get a bucket. He's going to get a bucket. You feel me? For real.
I don't know what is. 30 players. You know what the Thunder's record is
30.
this season, including the playoffs with Shai? 65-13. You know their record without him? 8-6. 84% win percentage with Shai, 57% win percentage without him. The Thunder's record over the last 3 seasons with Shai? 204 and 56. 78% win percentage. Their record without Shai? 15-12. A mediocre 56% win percentage without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over the last 3 seasons. For perspective,
Shout out to Jimmy High Roller. This nigga loves his numbers. He seems like a nigga that just likes math. You feel me? Oh shit! It's 5 o'clock. Ah crap. Let me feel. How long is this video? Fuck it. I'm gonna just watch the. I can do a reaction video on the trailer. Hey, watch out for that. Watch out for that. This is probably going to be the next episode, but watch out for that.
In 2016 through 2018, when the Warriors had the league in a chokehold, Golden State's record with Steph Curry was 215 and 44. Their record without him was 30 and 19. A gap that is identical to the Thunder with and without Shai. Because it turns out, not only do great successful players have great impact, but they usually have great teams built around their unique skill set and talent. Time and time again, we penalize players for being a part of a good team. Fans minimize Steph.
Like, that's the whole point. Like, nigga, you expecting a star to do it all alone like LeBron. That's why LeBron is at a different level. You feel me? That's why LeBron is like that top 3, or not top 3. He's the best player of all time right now. Yeah, he is the best player of all time, in my opinion. But some people got Jordan, but you know, it is what it is. But that's why he's up there. You feel me? Because that nigga brought a dog water team, Cavaliers team, to a finals against the Warriors. Of course, actually, it wasn't all boo-boo. They did have JR and fucking, when was that? They had the Curry stopper. Dellavedova. Those are some good times. I miss those finals, man. Watching that was so fucking fire as a kid. Because I was watching it on the TV. I was like, damn, this is I don't know who's gonna win. I really did. Who's gonna win that shit? That shit had me at the edge of my fucking seat. Dead homies.
Of how good the Warriors were. They downplayed LeBron in Miami because of how good the Heat were. And you can't bring up Jordan without someone mentioning how great the team around him was. But all of the true all-time greats had great teams around them. If social media existed in the 90s, all you would ever...
nigga, like, you gotta build around a leader. You feel me? That's what the GM's job is, to get a superstar, develop a superstar, you feel me? Build a team that complements the superstar, the generational prospect. You focus your game around them, you feel me? And how they play. And you create players that complement their skill sets, you feel me? And that's how the cookie crumbles. Man. Like, niggas don't know how to build a team, bro. Like, I play college football 26 dynasty. I play Madden 26 franchise mode. I know how to build a team, for real. Some people might have more hours than me, but I'm looking at it right now. I got 1,102 hours on college football 26. Hey, y'all, some of y'all might have more. Y'all some fiends, but that's me. I play it on a regular basis. You feel me? Just straight dynasty. Just building teams for all by my lonely. But that should be fun though. That should be fun sometimes. Like when I get like a generational prospect or like a gem 5-star, you're mine, nigga. Dead homies. You're mine. Star development. I need that. Elite development. I need that.
Hear about is how stacked the Bulls are and the unfair advantage MJ has. Steph had the most lethal team in the history of basketball behind him. Bird and Magic played with rotations filled exclusively with Hall of Famers. This is just the way it goes. And the irony of all of it is that in many cases, the perceived caliber of the team as a whole can often be the result of the guy leading the charge. Great players make their teammates look better. You'll often hear the hypothetical of swapping player X with player Y and which team would perform better with their new star. For example, swap Jokic with SGA and the Thunder still win a championship, but the Nuggets would be in the play-in or something like that. But that's not how basketball works. Good teams are built with intention. They are built with specificity. Right. Shea is a great player.
Niggas acting like, nigga, you got people making opinions about players, bro, and they can do whatever the fuck they want. Forgot GMs and coaches are people that just have opinions on players, their own opinion on a player and how they want to build around that player. You feel me? And what they want to do with that player. Like SGA, who do you want to pick to complement SGA? Focus on his game, scout him, know about SGA. What does he like to do? How do you complement that? I swear, casual fans don't use their brain. Casual fans don't use their brain sometimes, man. They just be thinking, they just want the best player here with this player. I want this player. I want this player. Like, nigga, we gotta build something. There's more than just like wanting this player, this player. Does this nigga fit our system? Does this nigga fit our roles? You feel me? That's how it goes, nigga.
So is Luka Doncic. But Shea cannot do what Luka does. And Luka can't do what Shea does. Same goes for Ant or Brunson. Great players, completely different skill sets. Great rosters are like a recipe. You need the right amount of the right ingredients to make it work. Change one ingredient and you risk screwing up the entire dish. In fact, we've already seen what happens when talent is viewed as some perfectly transferable property. In the super team era, where organizations had this exact mentality. Teams were slapped together with no...
Just put the best best players with each other. Like back then these GMs did not have a brain. Like they didn't really care if these players like are combative or like their play style is combative or anything like that. They just was like best player, and said, "Fuck it, let's ride." we just found out that's not always the case. Of course, we had like the Warriors and shit like that, but like outliers where they have stars, but they was able to control it. You feel me?
Tension, no design, no cohesion, just stacking up as much talent as possible for the sake of it. And it almost never worked out. Regardless of what you think of Shai's game, he is a very unique and very crucial ingredient to a recipe that has been perfected over the last half decade. And there are not 30 players who could fill his shoes and lead OKC to a title. This take is absurd.
Right.
Now, this next take comes from a
It is
fan
pure
who says
hatred.
there has never been a more difficult time to win an NBA championship than right now. And I completely agree. After the Warriors
Really?
ran the
This shit
table on the
hard.
NBA
This
last
shit seem
decade,
hard as
the
fuck.
entire meta of professional basketball shifted. Teams have gotten smarter, they've gotten deeper, and although talent will always prevail, the path to winning a ring in today's NBA requires far more than just talent to get it done. This is now the 8th season.
Hey, you met these niggas. It's like the talent. It's like they're getting smarter how they want to use their players and shit, and it's making like the fans smarter too. Like I be seeing like comments and shit on like TikTok or Instagram about this player works with this system and shit. I'm like, damn, these niggas really care about this shit now. Like they really up in their intelligence on their ball knowledge and shit. I'm like, oh shit, that's what's up. Damn. Pistons versus Spurs was the year I was born. Damn. Who won that shit? I don't know. I don't remember. Comment down below who won that shit.
In a row that a different team will be crowned champions, the longest stretch of unique championship teams in NBA history. In fact, there have been 14 unique teams in the finals over the last 8 years. That is half the NBA. We are now creeping up on an entire era of absolute parity in the NBA. And this is in complete opposition of what we saw in previous eras. Whether it was the Celtics and Lakers winning 8 of the 10 championships in the 80s, the Bulls going 6 for 10 in the 90s, the Spurs and Lakers combining for 7 rings in the 2000s, or the Warriors winning 4 in 8 seasons. Dynasties and perpetual winning have been a staple in the NBA for decades. But due to multiple factors, such as advanced analytics giving teams the insight to optimize their rosters and game plans, teams prioritizing depth more than ever before, the rise of rotation level players and their impact on a night-to-night basis, and the league itself.
Niggas you never heard of are about to make some plays. Like for real, that's the power. Like uplifting the role players into stardom. You feel me? I kind of like it. It really gives the role players a chance to show themselves.
Enacting new rules to actively fight against teams building dynasty-worthy rosters. Not only is it more challenging to win a championship now than ever before, it's more equitable. No longer do you have to have the best player on the court to win a series. No longer can you pair up a couple of mega talents and run through a conference. The 10th man off the bench can be just as pivotal in today's game as your second option. The natural evolution of the game has slowly leveled the playing field for teams competing for a title, and this shrunken gap between top-end teams now leaves the margin for error small enough that truly anything can happen. We still see glimpses of all world caliber players willing their teams to victories, but those moments have now become a rarity. Before this era of parity, LeBron James was able to will his way to 8 straight finals appearances off of sheer ability and determination.
For
this
real.
does not
It
happen
was
in
beautiful.
today's NBA. A great
It was
bench
so
is no
beautiful to
longer a
watch.
bonus. It is a
God
necessity.
damn.
A great coach
Shout out to
is no
LeBron.
longer an edge, it's a requirement. Right when you think one team has separated themselves from the pack as a potential dynasty candidate, the league adjusts faster than it ever did before to counter their strengths. The basketball scale has and will always tilt in the favor of talent. One thing that remains true is that winning a championship means being in possession of one of, if not the best player in the world. But it's everything else Depth, fit, cohesion, chemistry, schemes, rotations. That has leveled the playing field and can now tilt the scale just as much. This is a great take. And our last take comes from a fan who says the regular season has become all but irrelevant, and the playoffs are the only thing that actually matters, both in terms of discourse and legacy. And I could not agree more with this take. In the past,
for real, I totally forgot about the fucking regular season. I forgot what happened. I think the Jazz got the first pick. Did the Jazz get the first pick or third pick? I forgot. I know Luka was going off during those times. That was when we had Luka. And then he got injured, and we was like, "Fuck, we lost." That's when we was like, "Fuck, well, that's the season." That's literally what we said, bro. That's the season, and it was actually we made the playoffs, right? We did make the playoffs, but we lost. We'll get them next year. I don't even know what we're gonna look like next year, for real. But we move. It's LA. We'll be back.
Playoffs were just a ramped-up version of the regular season. Tougher defense, tendencies exaggerated, more intense matchups. The consequences of the playoffs were held to a similar regard. What a player did in the postseason mattered the most, but what they did in the regular season still mattered quite a bit. But now more than ever, the postseason has become completely disconnected from the regular season. The playoffs don't just feel more intense. At times, it actually feels like we're watching a completely different sport. And this is what happens when the regular season is comprised of some teams resting players, other teams using the regular season as one long testing ground in preparation for the playoffs, and the rest of the teams literally trying to lose as many games as possible. It has become evident that many organizations do not take the regular season.
So niggas just don't get. So niggas, the regular season is whatever, nigga. Just put our eggs in baskets in the fucking playoffs. Fuck the regular season. That's too much work to broadcast. That's too much work to make sure there's like good games and shit. It's like 82 games, nigga. Not all of them are gonna be good. Like most of them are not gonna be good. You feel me? 82 games times 32 teams. It's gonna be 34 by the, or is it 32 teams? I think so. That's a lot of games. So they ain't trying to do all that. They trying to put our eggs in baskets in the fucking playoffs. That's where the money's at. Because that's less games to broadcast. You feel me? It's just it's all a money scheme.
Season seriously whatsoever. And in return, many fans are now choosing not to take it seriously either. You won the league's most prestigious award, the MVP. Well, why should I care? It doesn't even look like you do. You average 25 a night? Yeah, well, a quarter of the league isn't even trying to win games. If all you guys care about is the playoffs, then all we're going to care about is the playoffs. And now here we are at the point where a 6-game series can hold more weight than an entire season of basketball. Legacies, reputations,
that's crazy to think about, just a whole season. No one gives a fuck about the whole season. But when it comes to the playoff, even though you have to be good in the regular season to make it to the playoffs, that's you see how that's kind of backwards, you know? Like you got to be good in the regular season just to make it to the playoffs, and some of them are just giving up because we're like, oh shit, this roster's ass. Let's restart. Most of the teams are giving up. Some of the teams are like still resting players, even though they're like kind of on the fringes. And you got the top guys resting players, and it's like, and niggas, it's like, what the fuck? It's so backwards, you know? It's very backwards.
Higher merits of a player's game are now decided strictly off of the playoffs. Tracy McGrady was a fantastic player, and to this day, he is rightfully remembered as such. Tracy McGrady never made it out of the first round. These days, if you win an MVP, but you don't back it up as the best player throughout the entire playoffs, you are instantly a fraud. Steve Nash won back-to-back MVPs and never made it to the finals. Dominique Wilkins is a legend, a staple of 80s basketball. He also never made it to the conference finals.
Yeah. So it's all about the playoffs, man. It's all about just making it to the playoffs. That's where the legacy comes in. Like niggas really, it's like MVP is important, like to get to the Hall of Fame, you know. But like if you want greatness, you better make it to the playoffs. If you want glory, real glory, you feel me? And like to be known as the greatest of all time, you gotta make it to the playoffs. You feel me? Because niggas not gonna care about no fucking MVPs and shit if you're not making it to the playoffs. Or like defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year. Niggas only care about championships, and legacy, glory. You feel me? But that's just the mindset on things. And it's crazy, but football be different. Football is different. That's why I like football better. Because like each game is like some crazy shit. Like the regular season is pretty cool. Like people still talk about like the regular seasons to this day. Like fucking Rams versus Seahawks and shit like that, or like Steelers, Browns and shit. It's like shit happens in football, like, and it's pretty entertaining to watch throughout the regular season and the playoff. And that's why football is better, nigga. Damn, it's just my opinion.
Once in his entire career. Meanwhile, I just watched Jalen Duren wash away fan support, 70 games of awesome basketball, and a max contract in just 3 weeks of bad playoff basketball. I just watched arguably the most impactful regular season of all time get dismissed because of one bad round in the playoffs. I heard someone say Joel Embiid, former league MVP, 4th highest scoring average in NBA history, one of the most talented bigs of all time, is not a Hall of Famer because of his lack of playoff success.
Damn.
Do I think this new standard being imposed on players today is unfair?
He's Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
I really do. Not everyone's going to win a
He's
championship.
not the greatest of
But
all
do
time.
I also think the players
He'll
and
never be
teams
the
that
greatest
have
of
done
all
this to
time.
themselves? Yeah. The symptom of teams coasting their way through the regular
He's gonna
season
be a Hall of
without
Famer,
any
though.
real sense of urgency is that we as fans now know the real test of a player's game. Actually, the only true test of their game and their abilities is in the playoffs, which inherently makes the regular season and everything that happens in it a lot less important, and everything that happens in the postseason, even if it's a 4-game sample size, the only thing that matters. And although I really wish this wasn't the current state of the league and its discourse, I agree.
Hey, that's just so. And when you have so many games, it's just it's like when you got so much shit to think about, you care less about most of the shit you gotta think about. And that's just the way of the way of the NBA. You feel me? It's so many games. Would it be better to shorten the season by like a little bit, like 72 or like not 72, like 65? Would it be better just shorten the season by a little bit, not too much? 62 games, 65 games, and like let's see how that goes. You feel me? Especially with the expansion draft, there's 2 more teams coming. I think it's Las Vegas and the Supersonics is coming back. Yeah, so I think would shorten it be better because there'll be less injuries, like more time to recover on and shit like that during the off season. Yeah, a little bit of a shorter season doesn't sound too bad. Hey, comment down below if you agree with me, but that's just my opinion on it.
Agree with this take, but let me know what you think. Share your hot takes in the comments below. And as always, the hotter, the better.
Yeah, that's my hot take. The NBA should be shorter, just a little shorter, not too short, but like cut some games a little bit, especially with the new teams that's coming in. But hey, put your hot takes on the comment section. I want to see them. But that's why football be having more substance than basketball sometimes. It's just shorter. It's just like 18 weeks. We ain't able to recover. We got a bye week and shit. That's the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell. That friendly little bell that keeps you notified with all my bangers. You feel me? We out.